Welcome to my community on Afrocentric Television Channel 15.8. This is the station that revolves around the Africans in diaspora, especially here in Houston, and by extension, of course, the United States. My name is Kola, and welcome to this episode. Today, we will be talking to four people, four people, but two on each segment. The first is going to be about, of course, the season we are in, the love season, right? We have Doyin Fashakin of DFash Events, and of course, the comedian and MC, and also a dentist that never practiced. Of course, we're talking about Prof B. So they will be joining us to talk about the Greater Houston Lovers Ball. It's just going to be amazing. It's going to be about couples. So yeah, it's not just going to be about lovers, it's going to be couples ball. And of course, the second part of the segment is going to be about, you know, first off, this is the Black History Month. This is February, and also we will be talking about an event that happens in the United States dated as far back as the 1700s, and happens every 10 years. It is called the Census, where everyone is going to be counted for statistics purposes. You know, it has no revelation of immigration status or whatsoever, and they are also looking to hire, in this Houston area, up to 25,000 people for the job. So stay tuned. Don't touch the dial. We'll be right back.
Hello everyone, my name is Doyin Fashakin of Doyin Fash Events.
Prof B, I want to use this opportunity to welcome you to our annual
Couples Gala this year, happening on the 15th of February.
Ladies and guys, we work a lot, we work all the time, too much, you know, and then our kids, and then family, people in Nigeria, people at home, pressures everywhere. Come February 15th, and just come and just have a great time with your spouse. And to all our single people, just come and have a great time. We have other people that you network with, that you meet. We'll start that fire, you know, that may lead to something. So just come and have a great time.
It's the Greater Houston Couples Ball. It promises to be a great time. Last year was fantastic, and we promise that this year is going to be even greater.
It's at St. Regis, February 15, 2020. That is this Saturday. Make sure that you come looking dapper in your tuxedos and in your nice dresses. Just come and have a great time. The website to get your tickets is www.thecouplesball with an S, couplesball.eventbrite.com. Just come, get your tickets, and let's just have a great time together.
See you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to my community on Afrocentric Television Channel 15.8. Again, this is the station that revolves around the Africans in diaspora, especially here in Houston and by extension the United States. You know, it's that season again, right, for lovers, where, you know, and of course single people can also benefit from this season. It's just that time of the year where you deliberately show love. You'll be intentional about it. But then in Houston, there's always something going on. And here today, to talk about one of the main events for this season in Houston, in fact, not one of the, to me, it's the main event, because this is Houston, man. Well, in the studio, we have with us two of our great guys. They are, you know, job description is kind of, but I'll let them speak for themselves. But I have Doyin Fashakin. She is the boss of DFash Events, and then also Prof B. Prof B is a comedian, but there's a diversity to this thing. I just learned that he actually studied dentistry. No wonder the guy smiles anyhow with his teeth open, and it makes you feel the same way. So you know, anyway, let me just welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Doyin, I know. You're an event planner, coordinator, and everything in between. You're not new at this. And you, Prof B, you, how do I say this? You MC events. You make people laugh. People with burdens in their life, you make it feel like it's okay to carry burdens. And but you guys came together to bring what is called the Couples Ball, the Greater Houston Couples Ball. What is the ball about, first of all? And I want to know also how you two come together to make this happen. Doyin, no, I'm gonna let Doyin. No, Doyin, you have to speak first.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you a story. I mean, our stories are a bit different, but then it aligns at the end.
Okay.
So about 4 years ago, like 6 a.m. in the morning, I got a call from an MC, a different MC. I don't know, can I say his name here?
No.
Okay. So Sherry Brown, I don't even know Sherry Brown, MC based in California.
Oh, but that Basiru. Oh, that's Bros Bass, man. That's Basiru.
At 6 a.m. in the morning, I get a call from Sherry Brown. I'm like, what's going on 6 a.m. in the morning? It's so early. We don't have an event coming up together. Why is he calling me? Like, maybe it's an emergency. So I pick up the phone. And it's like, Doyin, guess what? Guess what? I have something for you. I have an idea. I have a great idea. It's a beautiful idea. I'm like, okay, what's the idea? Why are you calling me at 6 a.m. in the morning? And he's like, you know what? You're an event planner. And I think you should have your own annual event, like a signature event that you do for people, you know, for guests. And I think you should do it during Valentine's season. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm like, so that means I have to start chasing people around for money, for sponsorship. I said, okay. I said, okay, I'll think about it. And he was like, you know what, I'll help you when you're ready to start. You know, I'll come and MC the event and all that. So I said, okay, I've heard. And then that was the end of that conversation. Of course, the next year came, I was like, there's no way I'm chasing nobody for money. There's no way, you know, I'm going to start looking for sponsorship. So I never did anything about it. And then in 2018, I started thinking about the event again. I'm like, I think it would be actually nice for me to even start doing this event, like this Valentine's Day ball. And I think I'm ready. But the thing was, I was like, I don't want to do this by myself. I hate chasing people for money. You know, I hate, you know, begging people to come and sponsor events. So, you know, that morning I just prayed. I was like, God, if you really want me to do this, you know, send somebody to do it with me. And that was it. So I forgot about it. And then I think it was in October. Was it October? Prof called me. I was like, Doyin, I need to talk to you about something. I'm like, okay. And then he's like, can we talk after the event? We had an event coming up, a wedding we were doing together on the 24th of November, 2018.
It must have been.
2018. Yeah. And he was like, let's talk after the event. You know, I want to share something with you. And then we sat down after the event and we started talking. And he was like, oh, you know what? You know, I'm an MC and you're an event planner. And I think it would be nice for us to do an event together. And it's like, you know, a lot of MCs do comedy shows, and I don't want to do comedy show. I want it to be something different. And I'm thinking about doing, you know, a couples ball, like bringing couples together. And I even talk about even singles, you know, during Valentine. I think it would be a very, very nice idea, a very great event. And I was like, oh, wow. I'm like, this is like amazing because like years ago, somebody else had actually told me, you need to be doing
something.
This type of event, an event during Valentine's Day weekend, you know, and this year, you know, I prayed about it because I was like, you know, I think it's time for me to start doing this. And I asked God to send me, I don't even know if I told you about that part, that I asked God, I didn't want to do it by myself, and I asked God to tell me, to send somebody to help me out with this event. So, and then he came along and I was like, okay, this is definitely confirmation. It's time to start this event. And we talked about it. We didn't even do anything till like maybe almost the end of December because I traveled. And then we're like, are we doing this or not? And then we, you know, within like 6 weeks, we started planning, started calling people. You know, he's connected. He has a, you know, a great network. You know, he started calling his people. I called my people. And in like 2 months, we were able to put this event together.
2 months?
Yes, in like 2 months.
So the first one was last year?
The first one was last year, yes.
Prof B, your story is the same?
I mean, it's amazing how, you know, she mentioned Shay Brown, right? So in my story, his name is also there somehow. I was thinking about it. I do a lot of weddings, and one thing that I know that I've really enjoyed the most this period is like I do so many weddings, and so I've seen a lot of relationships forged start from scratch. So I was like, okay, why do I now need to do another comedy show? We already have like amazing comedians here in Houston who are doing that, you know. Big respect to like the MCPCs, African Ace, Shegun Prime and the rest. And they're already doing an amazing job. So I was like, okay, why don't I just do something a little different, something that is not like that. Let's just, now my space is more weddings. So let me just do something that brings lovers together.
And keep the love alive.
You know, so while I was thinking it, Shay Brown calls me too, and it was like, you've been doing a lot of weddings. Why don't you just do a couples event? I've told all the event coordinators in Houston, and none of them is doing it. You do something.
Yeah, and I know Sheyi, but how about you?
I was like, you do it. So I was like, okay. But then I know that for something like this to work, you need people that know about it very, very well. So I was like, okay, we need to change. We need to make it not just every couples event. There are so many in this Houston area, but we need to make it different. We need to make it classy. We need to make it amazing. So based on that, I just said, which event coordinator can bring this
to life?
What kind of, this, what do I want, and how do all the things that I want, who can bring it to life? And then I thought about it, and I was like, this is the name, and this is the only person. So I called her, and and she said, okay, let's talk, we'll talk after the event. And then when I did, she told me that God had just put it in her heart, and so it was just like, I was like, oh,
everything just aligned.
That's how it's
big shout out to Sheyi Brown, Abada Basiru, all the way in California. There's been a lot that's been said. We need to recognize, you're an MC. Sheyi is also an MC. It's easy for us to envy one another, for us to say, and it's not even about, he called you up to say, you're an MC, why don't you do this, your MC event? It's like, he saw this niche, and he felt like, why don't you take it on? You're solid at this, why don't you take it on? This is what you do, why don't you do something? But since you don't want to do what I call somebody else, this thing must come to life. Maybe it's just something burning within him, that he felt like, this has to happen. Houston, why are you guys sleeping? And then, to God be the glory. At the end of every movie, like we write in Nigeria, you two got together, you got a revelation, and God sent him, and everything came to life. So now you created an event that is going to be an annual event for couples to come together to showcase that. I mean, just to keep the love alive. A lot of time we get busy by the things of life, from January till December. You buy things for people, you forget yourself sometimes. So January, when it's less busy, which is usually February, celebrate one another, show love. And I just want to thank you guys for bringing that to life here in Houston. Hopefully every other part of the United States can emulate that. What is the theme for this year's Couples Ball?
From Vegas with love.
Ha.
So think Vegas.
Is it because of Sheyi Basiru, you guys? Because he's been calling himself Black James Bond now. From Vegas with love.
Yeah.
Interesting. So what should we expect?
I mean, you've been to Vegas before.
I have, yeah.
Okay, so just expect to see that from games, casino games. I don't want to start saying everything we have.
Yeah.
We want you to come and
experience it.
But it's going to be a touch of Vegas. It's going to be fun.
So who can attend?
Married couples, singles that don't even have dates, because we're going to kind of pair them up. He did that last year.
Oh, super. So if I have single friends that are serious, that's the key word, that are serious, because some I just want to that are serious. So there are also single ladies that will be in attendance.
Oh, yes, definitely.
That will probably get paired up, and this is getting extending to matchmaking. I think, don't we have banquet for that?
We do, but she's not attending this year. She was there last year, so
she was.
With that aspect.
Yeah, she said she's coming to Houston this year for something, for singles especially.
That's going to be in May.
In May.
Singles mixer. In May, yeah. So we have married couples coming. We have people that are single coming. Even people that have boyfriends and girlfriends. You can come with your date. And then we also have people that just want to come and have a good time. I have some people that are widows. They don't care about meeting anybody, just want to come and have a good time.
And see. They just want to get a feel.
And just connect with other people, because it's a lot of business professionals that actually come.
And that's another thing.
Event. I can tell you last year, the one we had last year, even though people came, they had fun. We had games, lovers connected. But we also had people that actually connected,
network.
They networked. Yeah. There was a guy one of our sponsors that owned a trucking company. He met with somebody else that owns
Private
well in
distribution.
Houston, and they discussed how he could be trucking for their business. So a lot of people connected and networked and talked about business as well.
You see, sometimes we see things, especially when you see the price tag on it, you see things that you get discouraged, like no, but you don't understand what the possibilities therein lies, right? So, but this is not limited to Africans, though, right? Because they named the Greater Houston Couples Balls. So it's not just Africans or African Americans, it's open.
Last year we had a few African American couples. We also had a white couple came as well, and
we had Hispanic.
We have it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because from what I saw, Indians, yes.
From Pakistan also.
And then the wife was eating something, and he had to come. Like, are you gonna come next? And she was like, yeah, I'm coming. Okay.
Because it was a really fun. I mean, honestly, I bring laughter, right? But the truth is, for somebody like me, I was told that when I was getting married, one chairman who came to speak at my wedding was like, Prof B, you have to be in charge of your home. You have to be in charge. I can tell you guys, I've been married for about 5 years. I'm still not in charge. I'm not in charge. But then, knowing the dynamics.
You're a very smart man. I've been married 15, going on 16. I am still not in charge.
I'm not even in charge of the remote.
Oh, bro.
So just coming together and having that dynamics being, you just share that dynamic with other couples who are doing really well. Some people have been married for 30 years, 15, 20.
Wow. So and these are something we rarely celebrate. We celebrate divorces and stuff. They say, my divorce party. Come on.
Exactly.
This is beautiful.
And adding to what he said, it's different age groups. We had people in their 20s. Last year we had people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, even in their 60s as well.
Right.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah, so
this is beautiful.
For all age groups.
Guys, you already know I'm going to be there. I don't care what they say. I will be there. So I expect you to be there also. So when is this coming up?
February 15th, Saturday, February 15th.
Oh, so after a long day at work on Valentine's Day, because you may not even have time to spend together. So the Saturday following that is when it's going to come live.
Yeah.
Where is this going to be?
The St. Regis Hotel.
Classy. St. Regis is not no joke, man. It's not for, yeah.
So to those of you who don't know what St. Regis Hotel is, probably one of the most luxurious hotels in Houston.
It is.
It is an amazing hotel. If you just want to go there on your own, you're going to spend a lot of money. But we're cutting down on the valet. We're going to be help. There's so many things that come with the benefit. And also, there are some hidden things, like people who win on some things on the for like the games we're playing. People who win get to have some amazing offers. Things like having another date night extra and things.
But don't reveal everything.
No, I'm not gonna reveal.
Let them come. Yeah, let them come.
Snippets of everything.
So, is there a website if anyone wants to participate? They want to buy their tickets. Is there a website to this?
Yeah. So to get your tickets, you can go on www.thecouplesball.eventbrite.com.
The couples
ball
with an S.
With an S. The couplesball.eventbrite.com.
Awesome. You heard it all. So are there anything, Prof B, especially you want to tell Houstonians and people in the greater Houston area, talking about Galveston, Conroe, Woodlands, Rosenberg, just name it, Richmond, because they might think they're not part of this, Katy, Cypress, Spring, Right. Yeah, if they want to be in attendance, what do you have for them? What should they expect this year?
Honestly, the couples ball, just from last year, it was so amazing that many of the people that were there last year have already bought their tickets now. And we don't want to make it sound like it's exclusive, because it's for everybody. We want all people to come around and have a good time. But honestly, the tickets are almost gone. We're just trying to make sure that everybody gets a chance to still be a part of this. It's going to be lots of laughter, lots of games, lots of intimacy. There's going to be some smokes that will be created. Maybe they will turn into fires for our singles. So there's going to be so many things that will just come together and especially the networking part. You can come and just meet somebody that is an exec somewhere. I'm not going to mention names. That will just probably change your story. So just come and just come with the intention to have fun. But there are so many other things that we good that you get from it. That's it.
Fantastic. Well, guys, you heard it all. I can't wait because Valentine's just around the corner. My wife, you know how much I love my boo-boo. And then, you know, we are definitely going to be in attendance. So I would love to see you there. I would love for us all to get together. Let's celebrate love. Let's celebrate one another. It's just the way of life. It's the way it should be. You know, I look forward to seeing you. But don't touch the dial. Make sure you get your ticket at, name it again, please.
The Couples Ball.
thecouplesball.eventbrite.com. That's where, and you will see it down here. Yes, that's where it's going to be written. Don't miss it. It's going to be fun. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to my community on Afrocentric Television, channel 15.8. You know, this is the station that brings about the occurrences in the Houston area, you know, as regards to our culture and events and everything therein. And by extension, we showcase, of course, the United States. This season is about, you know, getting counted. Not getting accounted for, but getting counted. You know, the statistics in the United States is needed. And this happens every 10 years. Today we have two representatives from the U.S. Census Bureau. We have Ms. Terry Bennett, who is the media coordinator for our region, and also Rebecca Briscoe. She's the Dallas Region Census Center Field Division Partnership Consultant. Welcome to the show.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Well, this year we want to count everyone in the United States. Like I said earlier, this is not a season to be accounted for, but to be counted, right? Can you educate our audience or our viewers about census?
Well, first of all, the Census Bureau is statistical arm of the United States government. So it tells you the footprint of America. And the first census was taken in 1790. Yes, and it's in the U.S. Constitution.
1790.
1790. You can look it up.
Okay, my ancestors were still breathing then.
Yes. So under Article 1, Section 2, everyone is to be counted. So that means everyone, regardless of your status, regardless of citizenship, race, ethnicity, disability, you are to be counted. And it's very important to be counted because we want our communities to be visible. And the information that you share is going to have a direct impact in your community for the next 10 years.
How is that? I learned, you know, for everyone counted, there is some kind of benefits that comes with it from the government or, you know, to help your community.
Absolutely. So it can be into congressional representation. That's one of them. That's how we determine how many congressionals we have. And in 2010, based on census data, we were able to gain 3 additional congressional offices and so forth. Also, how federal funding is going to be dispersed locally. Most of all, how are we going to get our communities to get fired up? So, for example, if we're looking at a piece of area in the A-Leaf area and only 2,500 people get counted, that means the federal government is going to tie in resources for 2,500 people,
only,
even though
there were about 50,000 from there.
May live there. And so that means it's going to be really stretched for critical programs such as roads and infrastructure, such as for businesses to want to come in to get accurate data.
Yeah, because they need data. You know, once there's a lot, the population is there, they will believe there's growth there.
For data, home ownership, Also, hey, whether we can put a community center here, whether we can put a grocery store here, whether we can have more hospital districts based on population, to even traffic lights. If we have so many people for population, we need a traffic light. But if we don't get an accurate count, we won't have those vital resources. Absolutely.
So this right here is very, very important, as you have stated. It to me, it feels like if you don't get counted, then you're not going to be accounted for when the distribution comes from the government.
Absolutely, it's very, very important, and I want your listeners to know that in the Houston metro area, one of the top 10 languages are West African languages. Yes. And it's number 6. So that means we need to make sure the African community is counted. In Houston alone has the largest Nigerian population nationwide, and they are the most highly educated community group.
Then I feel proud right about now.
Past graduate school. So we would hope that this community would be educated and engaged to empower the elders and also the new generation. Hey, this is how you make your voice known. And it could be more Nigerians here, but it just depends on their count from 2010.
So now we're talking about getting counted and all this benefit that comes with it. If my immigration status I'm not yet qualified to be a citizen or a green card holder, does it mean I can still get counted?
We want everyone to be counted, regardless your status, regardless your race, ethnicity, disability, age, or sex. We want everyone to be counted.
So that information gathered during the count, during that census, is confidential, basically.
Absolutely. That information is confidential. So once you complete that census form, and we're very excited that for 2020, you will have a few ways to self-respond. One of them will be online, and that's very exciting because mostly everyone in the Houston metro area has some type of smartphone.
That's
or
right.
access to broadband. Also, you will have the telephone, and the telephone will be where you speak to a customer service agent in up to 13 different languages over the phone. Then there will be the traditional mail where it comes and you fill it out.
And then you mail that out.
Most people are familiar with. And if you don't self-respond those 3 different ways, that is when the enumerator comes to the door. So we're really hoping that we can optimize self-response with those 3 ways that we mentioned, since we're online and live.
So this is beautiful. So the information I provide when I do my self-response, which begins on the 12th of March, 2020.
Yes.
Right? That's when it starts. So I can either call into a number that you provide us, and also or go online to get it done, or mail in my
Absolutely. So that is correct. And I just want to reiterate that information, since we are a statistical agency, that information is only going to be in statistical format, because we want to make sure we know how many people are in each housing unit. And I also want to reinforce that when that information is mailed, it's going to say to the resident of 123 Miley Drive.
So there will be no need for an agent to come to that house anymore.
Right.
If it has been accounted for.
If you complete self-response. And I also want to reinforce that it will not say to the resident of John Brown. It will just say the address, because that is what they're concerned about. The housing unit. They want to know how many people are living at that residence. That's it. It's not going to come to a name. So we don't want to, stimulate
people saying Cola lives over here, and then they will know I live here now.
Right. So it's just going to go to the residential home.
Understood. So is the Bureau hiring right now?
Yes, we are hiring. We are looking to recruit up to 25,000 people in the Houston metro area.
Oh, I'm one of them.
Well, that's great news. We are looking to build an applicant pool that looks just like the community. And when you do apply for that job online at www.2020census.gov/jobs, putting in that zip code is going to be paramount. because that is how we're going to determine which area census office you would work out of, because we want to make sure all of our applicants are working in the community that they reside in.
So there's job posting already on there, that 2020 census.gov/jobs.
Yes, sir.
And one can go in there, fill out an application, which I already did. And for supervisory or management, managerial position. I know y'all have that available. What other positions do y'all have available?
Since we do have 8 area census offices in the Houston metro area, we have staff that are working inside of that office, like office clerks and admin positions as well. A lot of the positions that you are mostly familiar with are the ones that are going to be in the field, like your enumerators. And in Harris County, the pay rate is up to $24.50 an hour. So what does that mean? You get paid weekly. It is a paid training. And also, you get paid miles. So I learned also when I was filling mine out that there are temp positions, and there are also, although most of it is 3 months, right? For the field
For
staff.
the field staff,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And then there are some that are going to extend to later,
Yes.
right? And people can work part-time and full-time.
It is based on your schedule.
On your schedule. So now you need about 25,000, applicants, I would say. That being said, that means you will need people that can speak different languages as well, which could be an advantage to other Africans in our community to be in attendance or to apply for it. Does that mean that people that have only green card cannot apply?
We're encouraging everyone to apply.
As long as you're eligible to work in the United States.
We're encouraging everyone to apply, but the main requirements for the job is you have to be a minimum 18 years of age, you have to be a U.S. citizen, and also you have to have access to transportation. But we are encouraging everyone in America that wants to do their civic duty to apply for these positions.
I learned also that from usajobs.gov, it's important to let people know that, when certain jobs come, they would, of course, look for U.S. citizens that are qualified to do the job first, right? Yes. And then we extend it to green card holders, then others that are on there, right? Yes. So any information you want to share, the job website, if there's any phone number whatsoever that you want to share and let our viewers understand that they can apply for the job, and as long as they're eligible, any links whatsoever that you may want to share with our viewers so they can apply for this job.
Did you want to share any additional in reference to that?
I want to reiterate 2020 census.gov/jobs. usajobs.gov. Go and apply, and you'll get a response.
So how long from when you apply to, because I know the something that you mentioned earlier, self-response starts on the 12th of March 2020, and the actual census is on the 1st of April 2020. So before, I know there's going to be paid training as well. So how soon, if I apply today, how soon do you think I may or may not get a call?
It's a very good question. It also depends on veterans' preference. Also, by completing that completing that application online, you're going to get a profile, and that profile is going to tell you whether you're available to hire or not. And so, if you are available to hire, people will be calling you. So we're suggesting every applicant pick up every number that they receive. I know a lot of us, we screen phone calls because they may or may not leave a voice message. And if they don't leave a voice message, guess what? They're going to scratch that applicant off the list and go to the next one. Go to the next one until someone accepts that position.
So in the event that I missed a call, let's say I'm here now with you all at the studio, I can't have my phone, right? So, but I get a call. And is it possible for me to return a call? Would there be somebody on the other side of the line to pick it up?
There should be, but we cannot guarantee that position will still be open.
Would there be emails following this, or no emails either?
Not to my knowledge. I know there are emails that are going after you complete the application. And also they're sending automatic emails saying that we have received all of your documentation.
Right, I got that.
And someone may be calling you
Calling
soon. So
Fantastic.
that's standard, exchange.
Well, Houston, you have heard it all, and if you think you're qualified for it, please do apply. We need to be accountable. We need to get these statistics going so we know, the benefits you, even as a resident of wherever community you are, can contribute towards your community. That means, they want to allocate some funds to your community. If you're not counted, that means you are the one putting your community at a disadvantage, and it's all going to be your fault. I'm gonna blame you for that. But anyway, it's an opportunity for you to be a part of the United States Census Bureau, to be counted for statistically, counted for, and also to get a job, at least something you can do temporarily for the next, and they pay good, about almost $25. And this is Houston. That can do you a great deal. It may not be so much in the California, LA area, I don't know, but in Houston area, that's something. So I will encourage everyone to apply. And please, when they come knocking, open your door. We won't, I say we, as if I'm hired already, huh? Well, I don't think they would, they're not gonna disclose your status. It's just about the numbers and the statistics in that region, okay? Well, until next time, just stay tuned. We will be right back.
I'm a census taker.
Good pay, flexible hours. Help shape your community's future. Be a census taker. Apply today.
Welcome back to my community on Afrocentric Television, channel 15.8. I hope you have enjoyed this segment. I have, and I've also learned so much from these vibrant ladies that came to talk to us about the Census Bureau. And also, I look forward to the couples ball. Don't forget the dates for the Census Bureau. You can do a self-assessment, or you can submit your census papers or whatever it is on or before April 1st. But you can start it on March 12, 2020, and that goes to everybody as long as you're eligible to apply. Also, you can apply for the job under with this link. 2020 census, I think it's just, anyway, it's down here. Don't let me mess it up for y'all. It's down here. The producers are just going to present that for you down here. And for the couples ball, it's going to be February the 15th. I hope to see you there. I hope you enjoyed the show so far. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Afrocentric Television, and also follow us on Instagram, Afrocentric TV, at Afrocentric TV, and on Facebook, Afrocentric TV or television. Until next time, I hope to be here for you. My name remains Kola, your host. Take care.
Welcome to the 2020 Census. This video will introduce you to the 2020 Census, present a quick overview of the online questionnaire, and help you answer the questions. The 2020 Census is a count of every person living in the United States. The census is required by the U.S. Constitution and takes place once every 10 years. The 2020 Census is very important. Your responses help to determine the number of seats each state has in Congress and guide how more than $675 billion in federal funding is spent in communities each year. The 2020 Census is easy. Completing these questions only takes about 10 minutes. You can respond online from a computer, tablet, or mobile phone 24 hours a day. You can also respond over the phone or using the paper questionnaire. If you respond, we may not need to send a Census Bureau interviewer to visit you. An interviewer may still visit if you respond late, if we have follow-up questions, or for other surveys. Your information is confidential. Federal law protects your responses. Your answers can only be used to produce statistics and cannot be used against you by any government agency or court. Now we will take you on a quick tour of the Internet questionnaire. Step-by-step instructions will be provided later in the video. When you visit my2020census.gov, you will log in using the Census ID from the materials that were mailed to you or left at your door. We will ask you to confirm your address and provide your name and phone number. Next, we will ask you to count how many people will be living or staying at this address on April 1st, 2020, and list the name of each person who will be living or staying at your address. We will also remind you to include people that might have been missed. We will ask whether the home is owned or rented, and who owns or rents the home. We will ask each person about their sex, date of birth and age, Hispanic, Latino, or Spanish origin, and race. When there is more than one person at an address, we will ask how they are related to the reference person. Finally, we will ask whether anyone sometimes stays at another address. If you're ready to begin, go to my2020census.gov now. The online questionnaire is available in English and 12 non-English languages. To select a language, click on the globe icon and select the name of the language, or select the name of the language at the bottom of any screen. Don't worry if you are looking for a language that is not listed. This video will show a step-by-step demonstration. Keep watching. You will need to complete the 2020 census in one session. If you leave, you will have to start over. To begin, choose Start Questionnaire. First, enter your 12-digit Census ID. Your Census ID is on the materials that we mailed to your address or left at your door. If you do not have a Census ID, select the link below the Login button and answer some additional questions about your address. You will still be able to respond. Then, confirm that you are completing the 2020 Census questionnaire for the address shown. Select Yes or No. If you will be staying at this address on April 1st, choose Yes. Otherwise, choose No. The next button takes you forward, and the previous button takes you back. Do not use the forward or back buttons on your browser, or else you may need to start over. Next, enter your name and telephone number. Enter your full name in English letters. Sometimes a message may appear on the screen that asks you to check your response or enter additional information. Review what you entered before selecting the next button. Enter the number of people, including yourself, who will be living or staying at this address on April 1st, 2020. Click on the underlined blue links for help with the questions. Make sure that you count people where they usually live and sleep. If someone does not have a usual residence, count them where they will be staying on April 1st. Include babies and children of all ages, close or extended family members, people who are not related to you, and people staying here without a permanent place to live. Do not include anyone who lives away from this address most of the year, such as college students, armed forces personnel, people in a nursing home, mental hospital, jail, prison, detention center, etc., or people visiting who usually live and sleep somewhere else. These people will be counted in other ways. Then, list the name of each person living or staying at this address. To add more people, select the button labeled Add Another Person. We do not want to miss any people staying at this address on April 1st. If you forgot to include anyone who stays here, choose Yes and enter those names. Otherwise, choose No. Now you're ready for the next two questions about the home at this address. On April 1st, will the house, apartment, or mobile home at this address be owned by you or someone in this household with a mortgage or loan, including home equity loans, owned by you or someone in this household free and clear without a mortgage or loan, rented, or occupied without payment of rent? Then, select the names of the owners or renters of this house, apartment, or mobile home. Next, we ask some questions about each person you listed earlier. First, we ask if the person is male or female. We also ask you to enter the month, day, and year this person was born. Make sure that the age that appears is correct as of April 1st, 2020. Next, we ask about Hispanic origin and race. Please answer both this and the next question. Select whether this person is not of Hispanic, Latino, or Spanish origin, Mexican, Mexican-American, or Chicano, Puerto Rican, Cuban, or another Hispanic, Latino, or Spanish origin. If you selected the last response, enter more details in the box below. Next, we ask about race. Select one or more checkboxes. White, Black or African American, American Indian or Alaska Native, Chinese, Filipino, Asian Indian, Vietnamese, Korean, Japanese, other Asian, Native Hawaiian, Samoan, Chamorro, other Pacific Islander, or some other race. Enter detailed origins in the boxes that look like this. Additional people will also see this question. How is this person related to the reference person? Select opposite sex husband, wife, or spouse, opposite sex unmarried partner, same sex husband, wife, or spouse, same sex unmarried partner, biological son or daughter, adopted son or daughter, stepson or stepdaughter, brother or sister, father or mother, grandchild, parent-in-law, son-in-law or daughter-in-law, other relative, roommate or housemate, foster child, or other non-relative. We're almost finished. Some people live or stay in more than one place, and we need to make sure everyone is only counted once. Select the name of anyone who usually lives or stays somewhere else. Otherwise, choose none of the above. If a person does usually live or stay somewhere else, select the reason why from the following: to be with a parent, grandparent, or other person, to attend college, for a military assignment, to be closer to a job or business, in a nursing home or group home, in a jail or prison, at a seasonal or second residence, or for another reason. Great job! You are now ready to send your responses. Select Submit Questionnaire to complete the 2020 census. You will see a confirmation page with your address and today's date. That's it. You have completed the 2020 census online. Thank you. You may now close the web browser. To share this video or similar videos in other languages, please visit 2020census.gov/languages.